Hey y'all, Tami Lynn Chambers here. Just thought I would start this video with a little bit of water magic and tree magic, because I'm actually, sorry, sitting next to some amazing trees. Okay, I feel like K-Pacha now. He always records his outdoor stuff first and then he talks to the camera. But look at those two trees across the way. Those two are so cute right there. Can't even get them. There they are. They look like a heart. It's just a little peaceful spot for you to enjoy for a moment. In a second I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Scorpio full moon, and we're going to definitely be doing some light language for the full moon. Let's see if I can give you a shot a little bit further down. It's kind of rapidish, water rapids. So why am I, look, so deep water, right? And Scorpio is all about deep emotions. So let me talk to you now for a minute, see what comes through for this full moon. Hey y'all, I'm sitting here. I don't have a place to put my camera, so I'm holding it right now. And there's some awesome trees that I'm sitting under and the river right in front of me. I'm just going to see what wants to come through regarding this Scorpio full moon. So right away, my guide team is saying powerful. Oh, everything's powerful, right? Everything's powerful, right? Powerful. It's all about, am I crazy? Look at this. I made this into a necklace. So I was guided to wear this giant sun. It's all about coming into your power. So this little, actually, I put this on a cord, but it really wants to be a belt buckle. So this is really, this moon, I just feel, is a lot about coming into your power. And we've been saying that, I think, all month, about coming into your power, things being more powerful. May being a month where it's transcendent. There's so much planetary activations going on right now. It's so important to stay grounded. There's a lot of solar wind storms when I'm recording this, the week that I'm recording this. And I'm not even sure like what light language wants to come through yet. I'm just trying to feel into the energy of this full moon. It's about processing emotions. If you follow me, well, if you follow me on Instagram, I wouldn't post about it on YouTube necessarily, but I lost one of my pets yesterday. Expectedly, like, because she was very sick. She had lymphoma. But unexpected in the way that she passed, and somewhat traumatic in how all that occurred for me. So I'm still processing all of that. I'm doing a lot better today because I've just been doing a lot of grief tending. But obviously she's here in spirit. She was always on all of the early work that I did on Instagram, my lives, and anything I did there. You know, she was a part of that. So I know she's here in spirit, which is comforting. And then I've had somebody a friend of mine somewhere else say that, you know, she saw her spirit on the beach over by my old home in California where I used to live. So she's gone back home to play on the beach, which is a place she liked to go a lot. The beach and squirrels. And this morning at my house, I saw a squirrel, which there's never been any squirrels around, so I knew that that was her little spirit trying to communicate, because chasing squirrels up trees was like her favorite thing. So it's about, just back to the full moon, but it's about a processing of emotions, and I just saw 333 go by on the camera. It's not holding back either from feeling what you need to be feeling. A lot of times we tend to hold our emotions back. There's many people now that are awakening to higher versions of themselves, and they're very kind of caught off guard by it, I think. Like, they don't understand what's happening to them. I just spoke to someone this morning who was sharing a lot of personal things with me, and it's just like the energy's coming in and shaking everybody up, and this person is considering like a major life change after many years of being kind of in the same situation. And I think that's happening for a lot of people. Is for those of us that have been on the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the awakened path for a while, which I consciously have been doing this work since 2012. But so for those of us, we're more in the embodiment stage. Like I embodied my higher self a while back, like several years ago, but we're more in the embodiment stage and moving even into higher levels of enlightenment past embodiment. But for people who are just now getting a little shaken by all of these energetic shifts, like, they just don't understand what's happening. And people are going to start, they're not going to necessarily reach out and say like, oh, what do you think about awakening? Or I'm going into ascension. Like, they don't understand that. You don't understand that at first at all. You don't know what that means. Sometimes you just realize like deep change has to take place in your life, and a lot of things are being stripped and are falling away, and it's causing a lot of just ungrounded emotions, right? Like, people don't know how to feel. They know that something needs to change. They may even want a lot of things to change, but they just don't know what to do next, right? They just don't know how to move forward. So you may have people just reaching out, like this person. I've never really opened up to this person before. Like, they don't know necessarily what I do for a living. They don't know, my work at all, which is fine. They don't have to know it. And I don't profess to be any type of, coach or shaman or anything with this person. But out of the blue, they were just kind of like, oh my God, what do you think? And at first I was going to just go into my standard, like, oh, just my canned response. And Spirit was like, oh, no, you don't. This is your opportunity to open your heart and just share from your higher self. And so I did. And it turned into a really amazing conversation. And the person thanked me and was, saying how uplifting it was, and how they'd never, they just were like floored by all the things I was telling them. Not personally I shared like a personal story with them, but they just had no idea. And so when personal stories come out, it's Spirit's way of you sharing your past experiences with someone in a way that's going to help them, right? Because you don't just, I see another squirrel. You don't just randomly pick personal stories now at this stage of where we're at in our awakening come to mind because we're meant to share them, because either knowingly or unknowingly that story is going to help this person. And I didn't knowingly think this story would have any, would be of any help. Like, it came to my mind, Spirit put it there, and was like, share this story. And I did, although I was kind of like, why am I sharing this story? Like, really hasn't have anything to do with anything. And I shared it, and the person was like, oh my God, I'm floored. I can't believe that. It's almost exactly like my situation, and now I feel so much better, and I feel, just felt a little bit more uplifted in this case. Not necessarily that there were any answers given, but I think it just kind of gave that person a sense of like, oh, I'm not alone in what I'm going through. And I have someone I can, you know, reach out to and all of that good stuff, right? So awakening and ascension and all of this doesn't have to be us talking about planetary grids and ascension timelines all the time to everybody. We're going to get opportunities to go beyond that, to reach out to more, I guess I would call quote unquote mainstream people who may not understand all of that stuff, but who need some help right now. And I think that's part of this, what's going to happen during this moon cycle is people need to release, they need to get these things off their chest, they need to process emotions, and they may reach out to you. And I know that the majority of my followers, sorry, it's just one of those hair days. I shouldn't even say sorry. Y'all know in every video there's like hair, something with hair going on. Don't even try to make it happen. They're just going to start reaching out, and you're there as an awakened one. You know, you can see, because you have much experience. A lot of people are, I keep hearing maiden, mother, and crone. So it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, I have followers who are late teens. Like, I have, 19, 20-year-old followers who are old souls, who have so much past experience as wise women and sages and all that. You don't have to be 50, 60, 70 years old in this lifetime to be a wise person, a wise soul, and to share past experiences. It could even be, past life experiences that could be helpful. I mean, you're not going to say, I was in Egypt and this happened, but you're going to have in your heart these past things that are there for you to share to help other people. So I think, not everybody's doing this work professionally, but that doesn't mean you're not still a way shower, a light bringer, a heart, I don't know, just like heart worker. I think I heard somebody, Shakina Rose, she said, I'm not even calling it light worker anymore, I'm calling it like heart worker. And I kind of like that, because we're working from our sacred hearts now, our high hearts. And anybody can work from their high heart in any kind of situation. You don't have to do this work professionally. You don't have to see clients like I do. You don't have to do YouTube videos. You just could be, just embodying your higher self and there as a source for somebody of comfort. And now, I guess what I was trying to get at is you can see these situations for what they are. You can, what is that? You can see these situations for what they are. And you can recognize opportunities when they present themselves. And then Spirit will, everyone's got their intuition. At this embodiment level, your intuition is very strong. Your psychic senses are very turned on. I mean, you and I, if you're following me, we're typically not doing videos about how to open your third eye. Most of you know that already. Most of you have been meditating a very long time, like all that stuff. I think I'm more, when I teach, a little bit more to the advanced side of things, and not so much beginner level, although I can do that. So it's our opportunity now to just rise up in our service work. So there's many of you out there that are like, what's my service work? What's my purpose? We're still asking that. Some people, even at this stage, are not quite exactly sure where their service work is taking them. Many people want their own business. They want to do something, but they're not quite sure what that something is. And I think it's all starting to fall into place. And we just have to trust what those things are that are coming up for us. And just, we see it all over the place, all over social media, just follow your joy and all of that good stuff, and follow your intuition. It's just going to lead you right where you need to go. And maybe it is that you start talking to people that reach out to you and you realize, oh, I really like this. I really like counseling people or coaching people or mentoring people. Maybe I do want to start doing this more. you know, whatever, as a job or as an adjunct to something I'm already doing. So all these things present themselves at this stage of the game to give us. So it's a fair exchange. It's a balanced exchange, right? Someone's reaching out to you. You're sharing from your heart, but at the same time, it's also giving you a sense and an opportunity to be like, do I like doing whatever it is I'm doing here? Maybe this is something I want to take a little bit further. So just when opportunities like that come up, just see where that leads. It doesn't have to be coaching people either. It could be as simple as, you know, you used to, I don't know, collect crystals for yourself, and now you feel like gifting them and giving them to others in a certain way that reminds you of, you know, some past life you had or something. And then that ends up turning into something you love to do in this lifetime, and so now you open a crystal shop or something. You know, there's billions of people on the planet, and don't be put off by the fact that, like, you know, Sally's got a crystal shop and Jane's got a crystal shop, so I don't need to be another crystal shop because we're kind of the market's oversaturated. Everyone has their own tribe, and this even goes way back to, I know it's controversial sometimes to even bring her name up, but goes back to Doreen Virtue, and she would always say, like, everyone's tribe, in angel intuitive training that I did with her, she always said, you know, everyone's tribe is out there waiting for them. This was before her conversion. But everyone's tribe is out there waiting for them. Everyone has their own tribe. Like, we all don't have 7 billion people as our clients and our customers, right? Everyone has kind of have their own little tribe of people. And so just because Sally and Jane have a crystal shop doesn't mean that you can't have your own crystal shop and have your own tribe of followers and clients and all of that, right? There's enough abundance to go around for everybody. So as these little ideas pop into your mind, don't dismiss them. Don't dismiss them. Because what's happening with this full moon is there's a lot of, like, soul searching going on. We're in the midst of some pretty transformative time between now and September, October time frame, where we're going to go even deeper into what we are, what our purpose is, what our contributions are, and we're going to get even more clear on that. And Molly McCord, if you follow her intuitive astrology, just put out a really great video about that, like transformation and internal pressures or something, I think it was called, and it was talking all about this same thing, about this transformation that's taking place between now and the end of the year. So a lot of you are there, like, you're in this space of kind of being shaken up, things getting stripped away. It could be your job or whatever. Opportunities are coming up, and you're getting a chance to, like, test drive some different things that may be fun for you and are joy filled for you, and are what could lead you to your ultimate joy filled profession or life career, or just whatever we're meant to be in the new earth to each other. Just think back to, many people here have had past lives like druids and shaman. Just even think way back to, like, the village philosophy of, like, small villages in the UK or whatever, way back in, you know, medieval times or something. I'll have to move into the shade. Way back into, like, medieval times, and everyone had a purpose, right? There was like a I don't know, a shaman, but like a blacksmith and a person that, you know, everybody had, like, their own little purpose. And I kind of see us moving more into stuff like that, like an eco-village kind of a thing, where everybody's not a shaman necessarily, everybody's not a medicine man or a priestess, a warlock. Everybody has kind of like their own little niche, and it all works together for the benefit of everyone involved. It's really, like, transcendent thinking, but that's what's going to get us to more of this new age living, new age thinking. Uh-oh, okay. My hand's getting tired. I really need to invest in a tripod. Usually I have a picnic table, but I don't have any tables here. Okay, so that's enough talking. It just feels like this is a very interesting full moon. It feels like there's a lot going on. It feels like there's a lot of releasing and processing, but there's also a lot of opportunities to have light, right? Full moon is the full illumination of the moon shining on things that you didn't necessarily, weren't necessarily thinking about in terms of what might be coming up for this moon for you. All of us aren't necessarily releasing things, so some of us are drawing in new things. So I think it's a combination of like processing, releasing, and then light is going to shine on all these new opportunities that can open up for you if you just kind of have a different mindset about how those might appear for you. So hopefully this kind of opened your eyes a little bit to how Spirit is working behind the scenes to kind of really turn all of our lives around, even though every day it may not feel like that. It may not always feel like that. We know, all of us know, Spirit's always there. Spirit's always with us. It's always watching, ever present, omnipotent, and ready to help if we just ask. And it really is doing so much. It just amazes me like how much behind the scenes, wow, they're calling it like threading of timelines. Like how much behind the scenes threading of timelines they're actually doing to help us all meet our best and highest good. It's interesting. Okay. So now, I can't even talk. First, sorry, I shouldn't say sorry, but I need to take a drink of water. I'm going to show you all the water. Okay, we're going to get to the light language activation. So let me see who this is that's coming through. Okay, so we have Arcturian light language. This is going to help, they say, with releasing baggage, old baggage. So they're going to be saying they're going to be dredging up like old stuff, which is really what's happening right now with the energy. Something's biting me. Old stuff is going to be brought up to be released. Sometimes it's old, even like past life stuff. You don't have to relive the whole thing. But it could just be feelings that you don't recognize from this lifetime, and if you don't recognize them, then it's past life feelings, emotions, and stuff that just needs to be cleared. And what that's going to do, right? So it's just like clutter clearing your house is what is happening here. They're bringing up stuff that needs to be cleared. I feel like ants are crawling all over me. They're very adept at bringing up stuff that needs to be cleared. And what that's going to do, they're saying, is it's going to then leave space within you for the full moon, the Scorpio full moon, to illuminate all these cool opportunities that are something you might want to pursue. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm looking down and I'm like, holy smokes, this camera's got to stop. Okay. All right. Let's do the light language before anything else happens. My water almost rolled into the river. And then we'll be done. Okay, Arcturian light language. Actually, I'm going to turn the camera around and let you watch the river while you listen to this light language. So just focus on the water going by and focus on the light language. This is very short, but very powerful. So I want you to drink at least a full glass of water within the 30 minutes of listening to this to start flushing those emotions through. And within the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to have some heavy duty, God thanks, they're saying heavy duty releasing. It doesn't have to be all bad things, you know, it doesn't have to be traumatic or anything like that. Just let the emotions come, whatever's going to come. Sometimes it's fun to, water's very heavy in this Scorpio full moon, so it might be fun to do something a little bit different, like write all your things that you're releasing down and burn them in the fire. I used to have a little cauldron, burn them in a little cauldron, burn them in the fire, so we can kind of balance all this water energy out. Or bury them in the earth. Write them down, tear them up, and then bury them in the earth rather than releasing them to water. All right, y'all, this is, I'm going to leave you with all of that, as always. Just leave me comments down below if anything's coming up for you. Let's cheer each other on in the comments. Let's, you know, here's what we're going to do. Here's my challenge to you is in the comments down below on YouTube, because this is going on YouTube, just comment either in emojis or in words what it is you are wanting to release for this full moon. And we will support you in that. So comment on your own and then, you know, go like or comment, you know, reply on somebody else's and just give them like a high five or whatever for the releasing work that they're doing, because, you know, it takes courage and confidence to do this work and to show up every day and do it. You could just push all this shit under the carpet and never ever think about it. And those of you that are watching this are watching it for a reason, and it's because you're courageous and strong and powerful and you're taking charge of your life. So let's help each other out. I mean, I want YouTube to be a community too, not just where you come watch a video and leave. Like, let's support each other in the comments as much as we can, and help each other through this work together. So I will do my best to be in there, commenting and responding, but I want to read all your comments and just cheer you on from the sacred space of the comments section. So thanks so much, everybody. Have a beautiful Scorpio full moon.